Good day, Grade 7! Para po sa Week 5 ng first quarter, ang ating pong pag-aaralan ay tungkol sa rational or rational numbers. But before we learn how to perform basic operations on these numbers, kailangan po muna nating matutunan how to convert a rational number from fraction to decimal form or from decimal form to fraction. For the objective of this video, at the end of this lesson, the learner should be able to convert rational numbers from fraction to decimal and vice versa. First, let us discuss what rational numbers are. The set of rational numbers denoted by the capital letter Q is the set of numbers which can be written as quotient of two integers a over b, where b is not equal to 0. So, ibig sabihin po, when we say a rational number, it can be written as a fraction. Okay? So, where a and b must be integers and b should not be equal to 0. So, bakit po kaya hindi pwedeng maging 0 ang b? The phrase b is not equal to 0 is a restriction because division by 0 is not allowed. There is no specific quotient that can be equal to a over b if b is equal to 0. Thus, a over b equals c provided that c is a number for which a is equal to b over c. So, diba last time, pinag-usapan natin sa rules ng division that when we are dividing any number or any integer by 0, the answer is undefined. Okay? So, wala pong sagot doon. Diba? So, ibig sabihin kasi diba ng a over b equals c, meaning a should be the product of b and c. Let's say, for example, we have here 3 over 0. So, there is no such number po that when we multiply by 0, we will get 3 because we know that any number multiplied by 0, the product will be 0. So, wala po tayong maiisip na number na kapag minultiply po natin sa 0, 3 ang lalabas. Okay? So, tatandaan po, ang rational number po ay fractional form where a and b must be integers at ang b po ay hindi pwedeng maging 0. Rational numbers can be in fraction form or in decimal form. Although written in different forms, fraction and decimal may be equivalent. So, di ba, sabi sa definition, a rational number is in the form of fraction. So, paano ang decimal ay isang rational number? So, there are some decimals po which can be expressed into fraction form. At ito nga po yung aaralin natin sa video na ito, kung paano sila i-convert into fraction form. Consider why the following decimal numbers are rational or rational. 0.63 or 63 hundredths is rational because it can be written as 63 over 100. So, dividing 63 by 100, you will get this decimal number. Next, negative 5.7 or negative 5 and 7 tenths is rational because it can be written as negative 57 over 10. And the set of integers or the integers are also rational numbers. So, kahit sila ay whole number at walang denominator, still they are considered rational numbers because every rational number is the quotient of two integers like negative 3 divided by 1, which is equal to negative 3, or 2 divided by 1, which is equal to positive 2. So, we can express every integer as the quotient of another two integers. Okay? So, ang positive 2, pwede rin natin sabihin 4 divided by positive 2 or 8 divided by 4 and so on. As long as we will get a whole number 2. Okay? So, ito po yung ilang examples po ng mga decimals po which can be expressed into fractions. Okay? So, tatandaan po, ang integers ay kasama rin po sa rational number. So, kung pagbabasihan yung mga lessons natin nung nakaraan, so the set of integers is a subset of the set of rational numbers. Okay? Let us proceed to the process of converting rational numbers. First is to express rational numbers in improper fraction to mixed number. Divide the numerator by the denominator. Use the quotient as the whole number, the remainder as the numerator, and copy the denominator. So, of course, kailangan din nating matutunang mag-convert ng fraction into another form. Kasi mas matutulungan tayo nito to express this fraction into decimal form. Okay? So, ito po ay example. So, we have here an improper fraction, 14 over 3. Okay? So, what we are going to do, sabi po sa instruction, di ba? We are going to divide 14 by 3. So, this is going to be the solution. Ayan. So, as you can see, meron po tayong remainder na 2. So, paano natin isusulat po yung mixed form po ng 14 over 3? So, take note of this. The quotient will be the whole number. The remainder will be the numerator of the fraction and the denominator is still number 3. Okay? Kumbaga, kukupihin nyo na lang yung denominator. So, ganito po siya isusulat. 4 and 2/3. So, tatandaan nyo po, di ba? Yung 4 na ito is whole number. Ilang whole ang meron dun sa 14. So, ang isang whole ay may 3 parts. Okay? So, ilang 3s meron sa 14? Meron pong 4. At meron, pag binawas natin yung 4 na whole na yun, may matitirang 2. Okay? And since hindi na siya nakabuo ng isang whole, isusulat na lang natin siya into fractional form. So, 2 over 3. Yun na lang yung natira. Okay? So, ganyan po yung proseso ng pagsulat ng improper fraction to mixed form. Okay? So, let us have another example on the next slide. Convert into mixed form. 29 over 5. So, let us apply the process discussed. So, we need to divide 29 by the denominator, which is 5. So, how many 5s are there in 29? So, kailangan makakuha tayo ng ilang 5s dito. So, 29 divided by 5 is equal to 5. So, bakit 5? Because 5 times 5 is 25. And when we subtract the 2, 29 minus 25, we will get 4. So, as we can see, hindi na enough yung 4 to be considered as a whole. So, therefore, it's a remainder na. So, we can now write our mixed form. 29 over 5 will be written as, again, ito pong quotient ang magiging whole number kasi ito dapat yung whole. Ilang 5, diba? Ilang 5 meron dun sa numerator. And then, the remainder would be the numerator and just copy the denominator. So, 29 over 5 is simply 5 and 4/5. Okay? Ayan. So, don't forget to highlight your answer. Now, let us try the vice versa of that. Okay? So, expressing rational numbers in mixed number to improper fraction. So, for us to do that, we need to multiply the denominator to the whole number and add the numerator to the product and copy the denominator. Okay? So, parang ni-reverse lang natin yung process nung kanina. Ano po? So, let's have an example. We have here the mixed number 2 and 4 over 7. Okay? So again, according to the instruction, we have to multiply the denominator to the whole number and add the numerator. So, ganito po yung magiging process. Okay? So, 7 times 2 plus 4. And since we are going to follow the PEMDAS rule, we will multiply po ha. Multiply first. 7 times 2 will become 14. And then, 14 plus 4 is 18. And just simply copy the denominator. So, di ba, hindi naman nababago yung denominator kapag improper to mix. So, ganun din kapag mix to improper. Kokopyahin nyo lang yung denominator. So, the improper fraction of the given mixed number is 18 over 7. So, let's have another example again on the next slide. Let us convert the given into improper fraction. So, we have 8 and 2/3. So, how do we convert this one? Again, so let me just copy the given. 8 and 2/3. Multiply the denominator to the whole number and add 2 to the product. Okay? So, let us write that. 3 times 8 plus 2. And just copy the denominator, 3. So, let us apply the PEMDAS. 3 times 8 is 24. And then add 2. So, 24 plus 2 will now become 26. And copy 3. Okay? Therefore, our answer is, so 8 and 2/3 is equal or the same as 26 over 3. So, ito po ang ating final answer. Ayan. So, atin pong i-highlight ang ating final answer. Okay, so alam na natin ngayon kung paano mag-express ng fraction into another fractional form. So ngayon, pwede na tayong mag-proceed sa conversion of fraction to decimal. Okay, so to express rational numbers in fraction form to decimal form, we can divide the numerator by the denominator. Okay, so let us have an example. So, first example tayo, okay? Because we might get different types of decimals here. So, i-discuss na rin natin kung anong type ng decimal yung makukuha natin. Okay? So, first example is 1/2 or 1 over 2. So, again, as the instructions state po, we have to divide the numerator by the denominator, meaning the process would be like this. Ayan. So, as you can see, nag-add ng 0.0 kasi alam naman natin na 1 is not divisible by 2 kasi it's less than 2, di ba? So, we will add 0.0 and reflect the decimal point there. So, it will become 10 divided by 2, which is 5, and 5 times 2 is 10, and we will get 0. So, no remainder po, meaning, ito po yung magiging sagot natin, yung pinaka-quotient po na nakuha. So, the decimal form of 1/2 is 0.5. Okay? And this type of decimal is what we call terminating decimal. Okay? So, terminating po siya kasi sakto po yung kanyang digits. Okay? So, sakto lang po na 0.5. Wala po siyang nauulit na continuous na digits na kasunod. Okay? Ayan. So, it has a finite number of digits. Okay? So, 1/2 is a basic fraction na dapat alam natin ang decimal form niya. Kasi usually, ito yung na-encounter natin sa araw-araw, yung 1/2 and 0.5. Okay? So, when we say 1/2 kilo of rice or sugar, so it means when you look at the balance scale po sa timbangan, so nasaan yung 0.5 kilograms. Okay? So, dapat alam nyo na agad ang 1/2. So, again, this is what we call a terminating decimal kasi sakto po yung digits po niya. Okay? Ayan. Next example naman tayo. So we have here 1/3. Okay? So same process. We're going to divide the numerator by the denominator. So we will get this answer. Okay? So we added 0.0 para maging 10. 10 divided by 3 is 3 and 3 times 3 is 9. Subtracting 10 and 9, we will get 1. Since may remainder pa, nag-add ulit ng 0. So 10 divided by 3 again is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. And again, we got a remainder of 1. So as you can see, may pattern po, di ba? So lagi pong 1 yung nagiging remainder. Meaning, no matter how many zeros you added, we will get here 3. A quotient of 3. So it's a continuous. Okay? So, unlike the first example, sakto lang siya, tumigil na agad siya sa 5, na-terminate na agad siya dun sa 5. So, ito, nag-repeat na po siya at wala po siyang katapusan, paulit-ulit lang. So, our answer would be like this. Okay? So, we can write 0.33 with an ellipsis at the end. So, meaning po, nauulit yung 3. Or kung gusto naman natin, ay isulat natin siya in the form of this one. 0.3 bar. So, may bar dun sa taas. The bar over the digit means that the digit 3 is repeating and non-terminating. Okay? So, mas maigsi siyang isulat. Kasi nilalagyan na lang natin ng bar yung digit na nagre-repeat. Okay? So, ano yung klase ng decimal na ito? This is what we call a non-terminating repeating decimal. So, non-terminating means wala siyang katapusan. Okay? And repeating means yung digits niya paulit-ulit lang. Okay? So, ito po yung kabaliktaran ng una. It's a non-terminating decimal, which is also a repeating decimal. Next. So, meron pa tayong third example. Paano naman kung improper yung fraction na given? So, kanina, di ba, kung napansin nyo, proper fraction pa yon. Ano po? Ayan. So, ito yung magiging process. We divide 12 by 5. 12 divided by 5 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10. Subtracting, we will get 2. And then, add 0.0. So, magiging 20 siya, divided by 5 is 4. 4 times 5 is 20, and yan, wala na siyang remainder. So, meaning, our answer would be 2.4, which is also a terminating decimal. So, ano yung pinagkaiba po nung kanina dito? So, yung kanina po, di ba, we converted 1/2 into 0.5, 0.5, and 1/3 into 0.3 bar, or 3333, and so on. So, kung mapapansin nyo naman ngayon, nung improper fraction na siya, may whole number na po siya. Okay? May whole number na siya na 2, kaya siya naging 2.4. So, meaning, when you are converting a proper fraction, you will always get a decimal which is less than 1. So, magsisimula siya sa 0 point. Okay? Pag proper yung fraction, meaning mas maliit yung numerator sa denominator. Okay? So, kapag improper fraction naman, wherein mas malaki yung numerator sa denominator, ang makukuha nating decimal ay may whole number na po. Okay? So, parang mixed form lang yan. May whole number din. Okay po? Next example, meron pa tayong pang-apat. So, we have here mixed fraction na. Okay? Or mixed form of a fraction. So, 3 and 4/9. Ibig sabihin ba nito, kailangan pa natin siyang i-convert into improper para magawa natin yung process kanina? Okay? So, hindi na po ganon. So, paano pag mixed number na yung given? So, meron tayong shortcut dito. No need to change this mixed number into improper. So, pag siya improper, i-divide nyo na lang siya. Pero pag siya naka-mixed form, ganito po ang gagawin. Okay? So, ang i-convert nyo lang, yung fraction part lang. Yung 4/9. Okay, so ito lang 4 over 9 ang i-divide nyo or i-convert into fraction. And dividing 4 by 9, we will get a continuous 4 or a repeating decimal 0.44444 and so on. So ang gagawin nyo na lang po is you are going to attach this decimal or add this decimal into the whole number. Okay, so adding 0.4444 to 3, we will get 3.4444 or 3.4 bar. Okay? So, you are going to use the whole number of the fraction as the whole number of the decimal and you're going to add the fractional or the converted decimal form of the fractional part. Okay? So, ganun na lang po ang gagawin nyo kapag mixed number na yung given. So, no need to change this into improper. So, again, this type of decimal is a non-terminating and repeating decimal. So, let us now practice what we have learned. Convert this fraction 5 and 3/4 into decimal form. Okay? So, sabi ko nga kapag siya ay naka-mixed form na, so yung 5 na to, ito na rin yung magiging whole number ng ating decimal form. Meaning, we are just going to convert yung 3/4. Okay? So, 3 divided by 4, since cannot be siya, mag-a-add tayo ng 0. So, i-reflect. Don't forget to reflect the decimal point. Ayan. So, tapat po dapat So, 30, this will become 30 divided by 4. And 30 divided by 4 is 7. 7 times 4 is 28. So, subtracting, so since 0 to, let us borrow 1 from 3 and this will become 2 and this will become 10. 10 minus 8 is equal to 2. And of course, 2 minus 2 is 0. So, 2 na lang to. So, dahil may remainder pa, let's add another 0. And this will become 20. 20 divided by 4 is equal to 5. And 5 times 4 is equal to 20. So, sakto na siya. Meaning, the difference of the 2 is 0. So, wala na ngayong remainder. And since wala siyang remainder, alam na natin kung anong type yan ang decimal. Ano po? So, pag walang remainder, automatic, the decimal is a terminating decimal. Okay, so let us now write our final answer. So, 5 and 3/4, sabi ko nga, i-add nyo lang po yung nakuha yung decimal number or decimal form dun sa whole number ng ating mixed number. So, just copy 5 and then add 0.75. So, magiging 5.75 hundredths. Okay, so ito na yung ating final answer. Again, the type of decimal is terminating dahil wala po tayong remainder. Okay, we have here an important note. So, tatandaan nyo to, syempre. To reduce a fraction to lowest term, so, tandaan nyo pa bang mag-lowest term? So, para po makapag-lowest term tayo, we have to divide both the numerator and the denominator by their greatest common factor or what we call the GCF. So, sana po ay tanda pa kung ano po ang ibig sabihin ng GCF. Example po, so when we want to reduce this fraction or 12 over 15 into its lowest term, so we have to find first the GCF. Okay? So remember, the GCF is the greatest factor that divides two or more numbers. So hanapin natin ngayon yung mga factors ng 12 and 15 and determine which is the greatest. Okay? So, the greatest common factor of 12 and 15 is 3. Ano po? So, ang mga factors po ng 12 ay, so, para lang po, ma-refresh kayo sa GCF. So, ang mga factors ng 12 o yung mga numbers na pwedeng mag-divide kay 12 ay si 1, syempre. We have 2, because 12 divided by 2 is 6, so divisible. We have 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Sakto pa din. And we have, of course, we have 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. So, ang 5 ay hindi. And then 6, because 12 divided by 6 is 2. And lastly, of course, 12 itself. Okay, so yan yung mga factors niya. On the other hand, so ang 50 naman, ang mga factors niya ay, of course, ang 1, lagi naman pong factor ng kahit anong number ang 1. And then, syempre, hindi siya divisible ng 2. So, proceed tayo sa 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. Sakto. Okay, so syempre, dahil 5 ang sagot, ibig sabihin, 15 is divisible by 5 din. Okay, so 15 divided by 5 is 3. And then, so hindi na siya divisible ng 4, 5 divisible, 6 hindi din, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, ang next number na or next factor na niya is yung sarili niya, 15. So, as you can see, the greatest common factor, yung pinakamalaki po na parehas meron yung dalawa is ito, yung 3. Okay? Kaya po naging 3 po ito. So, again, we are going to use the GCF for us to reduce 12 over 15 into lowest term. So, dividing both numbers by 3, we will get 4 and 5. So, the lowest term of 12 over 15 is 4 over 5. Okay? Ayan. So, kaya ko po dinidiscuss itong paglo-lowest term kasi po tayo ay magpo-proceed na po sa conversion of decimal numbers into fractional form. And of course, always remember that when we convert a decimal number into fraction form, we have to express the fraction into its lowest term or simplest form. Okay? Kaya po, tatandaan po ito. So, yung GCF. Okay. To express rational numbers in decimal form to fraction form, let us consider the following examples. So, magkakaiba po kasi yung magiging proseso na mga susunod na examples po ha, kaya hindi ko na po inilagay po dito. So, makikisulat na lang po at makikitandaan kung paano. So, first example po, we have 0.2. So, this is a terminating decimal. Or, this is also read as 2/10. Okay? So, ngayon, dapat po marunong kayong bumasa ng decimal number na terminating. Okay? So, alam niyo dapat yung mga place value after the decimal point. So, yung first digit po after the decimal point ay tenths, and then followed by hundredths, and then thousands, 10,000s, and 100,000s, and millions, and so on. So, dapat alam niyo po siya. So, bakit dapat alam basahin to? Because, ayan, so for us to write the fraction, or write the fraction the same as how you read the decimal. So 0.2 is read as 2/10. Therefore, it should be written as 2/10 in fraction. So 2 over 10. Okay? So ganun po siya. Kung paano nyo binasa, ganun nyo siya isusulat. And of course, sabi nga po, the fraction must be in simplest form. So, as you can see, ang 2 at 10 ay meron pang GCF. At ang GCF niya ay 2. So, dividing both numbers by 2, we will get 1 over 5. So, ito pa po yung ating final answer, ha? Ayan. So, 1 over 5. Hindi po ito yung final answer. So, of course, kapag po sa mga activities nyo, pinag-convert ko kayo, ang i-consider ko po ay yung simplest form kasi yun po dapat ang final na sagot. Okay, let's proceed to the next example. So, tatandaan po ha, to convert a terminating decimal into fraction, dapat kung ano yung basa sa kanya, ganun mo din siya isusulat. Yun yung technique doon. Okay, so i-apply natin dito. Pero meron siyang whole number. So, ganun din naman yan. How do we read this? So, this is read as 4 and 35 hundredths. So, ganun nyo din siya isusulat into fraction. 4 and 35 hundredths. Ayan. So, ganyan din siya. But, as you can see, 35 and 100 still are reducible to lowest form. So, the GCF of 35 and 100 is 5. Okay, so 5. 35 divided by 5 is 7, and 100 divided by 5 is 20. Meaning, 4 and 35 hundredths in fraction form is 4 and 7 over 20. Okay? Ayan. So, ganun lang siya kasimple. Kaya, practicein po ha kung paano bumasa ng terminating decimal. Ayan. Paano naman to? Hindi na siya terminating. So, of course, this is another story. Iba na po yung process. 0.2 bar. So, meaning continuous to yan. So, 0.22222 and so on. So, ganito po yung magiging process. Medyo iba to dun sa kanina. Kaya, mas kailangan ng atensyon. Kasi, mas mahirap to compare dun sa kanina. Ayan. So, ito yung pinaka-process. I-explain ko na lang. First po is we let n be the number, the given number. So, let n equal 0.2 bar. And then, ang gagawin natin, i-multiply natin yung buong equation into a power of 10. Okay? So, para malaman natin kung saan natin siya i-multiply, so, ang mga powers of 10 kasi ay 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, and so on. So, para malaman natin kung saan ba natin i-multiply, bibilangin nyo ilan ba yung digit na nauulit. Okay? So, yung digit na nauulit po ay isa. Okay? Ayan, isa lang siya. So, meaning, so, nasa tenths siya, i-multiply natin by 10. Okay? So, ngayon, itong magiging product ng dalawa will be 10n. So, 10 times n is 10n. Okay? So, 10 beses daw na n. Edi 10n equals, so, 0.2 bar times 10. So, di ba, diniscuss naman po on how to multiply a fraction by, how to multiply decimal numbers, di ba? So, when we multiply any number by 10, magmumove lang ng 1 decimal place to the right, okay? So, magiging 2.22222 na siya, or 2.2 bar. So, naipod lang siya ng isang decimal number, decimal place. So, ang next na gagawin natin is subtract equation 1 from equation 2. So, yung ating original na equation, isusubtract natin dun sa nakuha nating equation. Okay? So, 10n minus n. So, n means 1 lang siya. Isang n lang, di ba? So, ang 10n, bawasan mo ng isang n, we will get 9n. Okay? And, 2.2 bar minus 0.2 bar. Of course, alam po natin na ito ay puro 2. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So, pag sinubtract natin yung magkakatapat na 2, lahat sila magiging 0. No? So, mawawala na po ito. Makakancel na po yung ating repeating digits kasi 0 sila lahat. So, ang matitira na lang is yung sa whole number. 2 minus 0 and that's equal to 2. So, ang rule po natin when we are solving this, so algebra na po ito kaya medyo baka iba sa inyo. Ano po? So, tatandaan na lang po yung steps ha. So, we have here 9n. So, para n lang yung matira kasi n yung hinahanap natin. That's the missing value. We are going to divide both sides of the equation by 9. Okay? So, bakit po 9? Because 9 divided by 9 is equal to 1. So, makakancel na siya kasi magiging 1 or 1n. Okay? So, kung ano po yung katabi ni n, dun yung i-divide po yung both sides ha, ng equation. So, ito magiging 2 over 9. And, of course, since 2 is not divisible by 9, 2 over 9 na lang siya. Okay? So, our answer is 2 over 9. So, kung gusto nyo i-check kung tama, i-divide nyo ulit. 2 divided by 9. So, makukuha nyo ay 0.2222 and so on. Okay? So, ang technique siguro na maibibigay ko sa inyo, shortcut, is kokopyahin nyo lang yung digits after the decimal point. So, wala naman pong ibang digit after before the repeating digit. So, kokopyahin nyo na lang po yung 2. And then, so, ito yung shortcut ha. So, it's up to you kung ano yung gagawin nyo. Kung si long method or si shortcut. So, 2, kokopyahin nyo si repeating digit, 2, over 10 minus 1. So, bakit 10? Kasi 10 po yung, tawag doon, nasa 10th place kasi siya. Okay, kaya magiging 10 minus 1. Ayan, so magiging 2 over 9 po ang sagot. So, yun yung shortcut. So, kung nasaan po yung dulo ng repeating digit, yun po yung magiging minuend po natin sa baba. Okay? So, dahil nasa 10th place, kaya siya ay 10. So, kung nasa 100th place yung dulo, edi 100 minus 1. Okay? So, malalaman naman natin yun. Depende kung ilang digit yung nag-uulit. So, ito yung dalawang process. It's up to you na po kung ano yung inyong susundin. So, I'll give you more examples po. So, paano naman kapag dalawa ng digits yung nauulit? So, 4.27 bar. So, apply muna natin yung isa, yung long method. Ayan. So, we are going to let n. So, yung i-convert lang natin yung decimal number ha, para hindi tayo masyado mahirapan. Ano? So, tulad nung dati, yung whole number ng ating decimal, yun na rin yung gagamitin nating whole number ng fraction. So, para wala na masyadong hirap. So, let n be 0.27 bar. So, ibinukod natin yung decimal ha, kaya 0.27 bar. So, dahil dalawang digits po yung nauulit, okay, so dahil dalawang digits po yan, sa 100 nyo, imumultiply yung equation. Okay, so kung ilan yung digits, yun din yung bilang ng 0. Okay, na gagamitin nyo sa pagmumultiply. Okay na po? Ayan. So, 100 times the whole equation will become 100n equals, so, dahil sa 100 mo minumultiply, edi dalawang decimal place ka magmumove. Okay? So, magiging 27.27272727 and so on. Or 27.2727 pala. Ano po? Ayan. So, tulad nung kanina, isusubtract natin yung original equation from the derived equation. Ano po? So, yung nakuha natin, 100n bawasan mo ng isa, 100 bawasan mo ng isa will be 99. So, 99n equals, so, ito po, dahil parehas na naman siyang 2 at 7 magkakatapat, makakancel na ulit yan. So, ang matitira na lang ay 27 over 0, or minus 0 is 27. And again, for us to remove this 99, so para mawala na siya sa tabi ng n, we are going to divide both sides by 99. So, 99 divided by 99 is 1, or simply n. Okay? And then 27 over 99 is, of course, 27 over 29. Alam nga, i-divide po ulit natin. So, hindi na kailangan i-divide. Okay? So, dahil po, ayan, so, i-attach na natin siya dun sa whole number. Magiging 4 and 27 over 99. And since alam natin na ang GCF ng 27 at 99 ay 9, kailangan pa rin natin siyang i-reduce into simplest form. Okay, so magiging 4 and 3 over 11 na po siya. Okay, again, we use the whole number of the decimal as the whole number of the fraction. Okay po. So, paano yung sa shortcut? Paano po natin ipapakita to? So, ganun din. Kokopyahin nyo yung whole number, 4, and then kokopyahin nyo yung repeating digits, 27. So, 27 over, so dahil dalawa yung nagre-repeat na digits, 100 yung gagamitin natin. And then, babawasan mo lang siya ng isa. Okay? Ayan. So, ang makukuha natin ay 4 and 27 over 99. And then, i-reduce sa lowest term, edi ganun din, 4 and 3 over 11. So, as you can see, yung shortcut, dito rin naman siya nanggaling sa long cut. Okay? Hindi lang natin ginawa yung buong process. Parang shortcut na lang natin, na babawasan na lang natin ng 1, yung 100. Okay? So, gusto ko lang makita nyo, syempre, kung saan manggagaling yung shortcut. Dito rin siya nanggaling. Okay? Pinaigsi lang natin yung process. Okay, so Yan. Tandaan po ito. When we are converting a rational number from one form to another, its value does not change. So, converting a number into another form does not change the value of the given number. So, nababago lang yung form niya, nagbabago yung itsura, pero yun pa din yung number na yun. Kumbaga, parang nag-glow up siya or nag-iibang anyo lang. Ano po? Siya pa din yun. Hence, converting a negative rational number will not change its sign and value. So, kapag po nag-convert tayo ng negative na rational number, of course, may negative na rational number, di ba? So, pag kinonvert natin sila, ang makukuha pa rin natin ay negative dapat. Tatandaan po yan. Example, negative 3/4. So, ang negative 3/4 po, pag sinulat natin into decimal ay negative 0.75 hundredths. Okay? Or negative 0 and 75 hundredths. Okay? So, negative pa rin dapat tatandaan. At ang negative 2.6 naman ay negative 13/5. So, siya ay negative 2 and 6/10 na nireduce sa lowest term. Magiging negative 2 and 3/5. At yung negative 2 and 3/5 na yon, so, sulat natin. Negative 2 and 3/5 na yon ay kinonvert na siya into improper. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 plus 3 is 13. Kaya siya negative 13/5. Okay? Okay, let us now convert into fraction form. We have here negative 3 and 14 hundredths. So, as you can see, ang given po ay terminating decimal. So, ang susundin nating instruction, syempre, yung para sa terminating. Huwag niyong gagawin yung instruction or yung steps na para sa repeating non-terminating. Okay? Kasi magkakamali po kayo ng sagot. So, ano nga ba ulit yung step natin or yung instruction natin pag terminating yung given? So, kung paano nyo siya babasahin, ganun nyo din siya isusulat. Okay? So, this will become negative 3 and 14 hundredths. And since 14 and 100 are both even numbers, meaning pwede pa natin tong i-reduce into lowest term at ang kanilang GCF ay 2. Ayan. Kasi all even numbers are divisible by 2. Tatandaan na. Okay, so ang magiging sagot natin, kopyahin nyo lang yung whole. Negative 3. 14 divided by 2 is 7. And 100 divided by 2 is 50. Nasabi na agad ang sagot. Ano? May pagganon. So, negative 3 and 7/50. And since ang 7 ay prime number na yan, of course, wala na tayong ibang makikitang GCF between 7 and 50. Ano po? So, ito na yung magiging final answer natin. Negative 3 and 14 hundredths is equal to negative 3 and 7/50. Okay, ayan. So, yan ang ating final answer. Ayan, ngayon po, try nyo po itong sagutan. Okay? So, pwede nyo i-post yung video para masagutan po yung ating given na example. So, you are going to match the rational numbers with the same value. So, of course, isang decimal at isang fraction na magkaparehas ng value. Okay? So, i-post nyo muna po kung hanggang kailan nyo gusto at sagutan yung atin pong given exercise. Your time starts now. Time's up! So, ito na po yung ating mga answers. Sana po ay nakuha nyo po lahat ng tama. So, ang 6.34 or 6 and 34 hundredths ay 6 and 17/50. Ang negative 0.12 bar ay equal naman sa negative 4/33, while 0.8 bar is equal to 8/9, 0.45 or 0 and 45 hundredths is equal to 9 over 20. And lastly, 6.2 is equal to 6 and 1/5. Okay? So, sana po ay nakakuha po kayo ng perfect 5 points. Congratulations! Thank you for listening. I hope you learned something, and let us see each other again on our next lesson. Bye!